everyone, welcome to my presentation on user needs in online and digital finding aids for INF 7780 at Wayne State University. I will be discussing the unique user needs that come with using online and digital finding aids and present alternative solutions that archivists can utilize to meet these user needs. So why does this topic matter in the grand scope of the archival profession? Since the creation of EAD, many archivists have been moving away from legacy finding aids and towards digital and online finding aids. Some archives now use only online and digital finding aids. Implementing EAD created different means for access, but it also created new barriers for the user. To combat these barriers, the archival community came to a general consensus that user needs studies are necessary in order to maintain the accessibility of archival materials, but since that decision, there has not been a visible increase in the conduction of user needs studies, or even an increased use of ideas and alternative solutions that those studies produce. Even though we have evidence from user needs studies about what users actually need, many archivists are hesitant to implement new ideas that are presented in these studies. In the end, this issue is all about accessibility. Without accessibility to our materials, our profession will suffer. The user needs studies that we do already have generally present user struggles and user needs from two different areas of assessment: formatting challenges and language barriers. Formatting challenges can be defined as any issue that arises due to the structure of the online or digital finding aids. Users of all levels of expertise agree that it is crucial that the formatting of a finding aid include an effective search option, but many online and digital finding aids do not. In an experimental study, the addition of a navigation bar to the online finding aids improved users' search results and helped them find their sought-out materials. With this, users also emphasize the need for a uniform layout. During the course of research, a user may interact with tens to hundreds of online and digital finding aids, and the amount of time it takes to navigate varying formats presents a challenge. Organizing these finding aids into a more uniform structure would save the user time and allow them to better understand what they are looking at. Language barriers can be defined as any complication that results from the use of archival or controlled language in the online or digital finding aid. Most users of online and digital finding aids are confused by the use of Library of Congress subject headings, as the subjects they would typically associate with the collection may not always be represented by LCSH. With this, many users struggle with the terms they search not matching the keywords that the collections are cataloged with. We can see from these user needs studies and language barriers that what is easiest for the archivist is not always easiest for the user. Many of these user needs studies present alternative solutions to combat the struggles that users face in online and digital finding aids. A general set of standards to meet user needs includes linking subject headings to other materials with the same headings, linking related materials together, and having a search option that is not tied to controlled language of any type. With this, advanced users of online and digital finding aids suggest only using controlled language to link related subjects together in order to better serve the user. Most users also agreed that linking materials to other related materials helped them to quickly determine the relevance of the collection to their research, even if they did not fully understand the rest of the finding aid. So where does this put us as archivists? To start, more user needs studies need to be conducted and on a larger scale in order to present new ideas to meet user needs in online and digital finding aids. Archivists need to actually pay attention to the user needs studies that are being conducted and try to implement the strategies that they introduce. If no one can access our materials, why are we doing what we do anyway? The only way that archivists can meet user needs and increase the accessibility of archival materials is to reform the way they describe them and use user needs studies as guidance for this reformation. So I hope this presentation was able to open your eyes to the importance of user needs to online and digital finding aids as we progress through the digital age. Feel free to browse through the works that I cited in the presentation. There's some really great resources for students and archivists alike. Thanks for listening.